The tedium sounds like this. Gaming helps to elevate my muscle memory, my strategical thinking capabilities. It helps me to socialize. Gaming helps me to relax after a whole day of hard work. I just play video games 1 hour a day. Do you realize that while you are spending all this time and effort and energy leveling up in this virtual world, there is a person of your age who gamifies the process of self-development and is leveling up in the real life. This video is targeted to teenagers who are especially the ages of 14 to 17. While gaming isn't harmful like alcohol, drugs, smoking and other addictive stuff, when proposed the question, could you live without playing video games? Your reply is, sure, but I just don't want to, which is what every addict says. This is the one piece of advice that I wish I could go back in time to say to my 10th grade self back in 2020. In this video, we'll cover what side effects I had because of gaming, how I quit, and what benefits I saw after quitting. Side effects. So the number one side effect I had because of gaming was that I got myopia. Though you can say wearing frames makes your face look more symmetrical, can make you look more attractive, it elevates your existing looks by making you look smarter, look sophisticated. Deep down, you know that's an excuse. The fact that you need to say an excuse like that shows how much time that you had watched so much of screen close to you and shows you inherently know it's a bad habit. When school reopened after lockdown, 9 out of 10 people had myopia. So the second side effect I experienced because of gaming was that I had no time. I would know my schedule, studying was an everyday task, and making YouTube videos was my passion, but I wouldn't have time for anything. But something would keep me away from being productive all the time. I would have sudden bursts of video making energy, and I couldn't balance out studies and making YouTube videos properly even during lockdown when we had online classes and most of the academic year went inside home. The third side effect was lack of progress. Lack of progress boils down to social circle. If you're hanging around degenerative and not so ambitious people, you hang around toxic environments, you're gonna end up like them. Our gaming group, we used to fight over WhatsApp video calls on why didn't you give backup while I was fighting against the enemy. One guy asks to prove everything, and you develop the habit of taking proofs and typing in big paragraphs which nobody likes. All seems silly now that we just used to fight for a game. And this generation kids have the worst attention span ever because of overstimulation at a very young age. We had final exams coming up in Feb 2023. A friend of mine was complaining to me that he couldn't stop playing Genshin Impact. He feels like a loser and is yet to study a lot. Though I had played PS2, PS4 and Xbox 360 games from time to time, I have never owned a console except PSP. That too, I owned that for a brief amount of time until my cousin sisters lost it. To both of my cousin sisters, if you're watching this video, I'll never forgive you. Just kidding. That might have been the single-handed best decision to happen in hindsight. Because of the gaming group we had, everyone had PlayStation, Xbox console in their childhood and flagship phones during high school. They would go on to buy gaming laptop for college and now start to play AAA titles. Though I love tech and I help them choose between the options and the other purchases, it is just an endless vicious cycle of gaming. How I quit. Though I had played a lot of video games during childhood, majority of them were single player. All this would change in the year 2018, where battle royale games like PUBG and Fortnite rose to fame. You can play almost on an open world game along with your friends on voice chat. I played PUBG time to time until 2019, then switched to COD when it first came. But since I had an entry-level device at that time, I didn't play any game as much. Today is currently May 17, 2022. It is an important date because of two reasons. This is when I first installed COD on my phone, Galaxy A51 back in 2020, where then I would go on to reunite with old friends. And today is the release of Apex Mobile. Later that day, I would go on to play that game and upload 2 YouTube videos on my gaming channel since it was a fresh new game. And then I played the game for the next 3 days and then suddenly it hit me. Because of my social circle at that time, I would go on to play Call of Duty Mobile, then Brawlhalla, Rocket League Sideswipe, Roblox, Minecraft and Among Us for hundreds and thousands of hours. And installing a new game of Apex Legends Mobile would just add on to the cycle. And then I deleted the app and didn't download anything after. You cannot decide on one day that you're gonna quit an addictive habit and then immediately quit it. I deleted COD and then downloaded it again. And deleted and then re-downloaded. It kept on going on a cycle and then on one fine day, I just deleted and didn't have the urge to download it back. What benefits I saw after quitting? My social circle got distilled out. You are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. Hanging around few toxic people during lockdown while I was gaming and the learning experience from that helped me to distill out toxic people by recognizing their patterns in the next academic year when school reopened after lockdown ended. 2. It gave me the confidence and mental training to quit social media for 4 months and to quit procrastination for 52 days. All these two factors combined essentially gave me more time. It helped me to reflect what is a priority in my life and what is not, and gave me additional hours of time that no money can buy. Here's why this video is important. Had I been mature with regards to how I spent my time 4 or 5 years ago, had I not reunited with an acquaintance during lockdown for playing video games, I would have joined a different school in the transition between 10th to 11th grade. A school which I got acceptance into but rejected because of trusting this guy who said it wasn't as good just because he studied there. Wouldn't have gotten the need to wear spectacles, wouldn't have dealt with unmotivated, unambitious, drama-loving, toxic people in my school during 12th grade. And ultimately, I'd have joined a different college. Look, these weren't small things for me. These stuff permanently altered my path. This video isn't about guilt or blame. It's a warning. When you're young, you don't realize how small choices lock in big consequences. I had to come out of all of that, transform myself, and luckily I'm in a better place right now. Today, I own the kind of devices I used to dream about years ago. But here's the truth. I don't feel the urge to download games anymore. Yes, keeping it real, after May of 2022, I didn't download any games for the next 2 years. And yes, in late 2025, I did download some light games and played with my friends a couple of times, but after I played, my instinct was the same. Delete it and move on. This video isn't about hating gaming. It's about realizing when something stops being an entertainment and starts to control you. If you are young and watching this, understand this. Your time, your focus and attention are your assets. Spend them where they compound. If this video helped even one person to break the cycle, then the purpose of this video is fulfilled. If you found this video helpful, just like the video. And this is Nikhil Kanna signing out. Peace.